I did a stupid thing one time.
Okay, he's ready to talk.
This was my big. This was my big statement. I threw over at Atlantic City on the boardwalk. I threw 60,000 into the ocean.
What? No way.
Yeah, to quit. That was my thing. I'm going to quit.
Why didn't you just quit and keep the 60?
It was supposed to be like I felt like I was in a movie.
Wow.
That was a symbolic kind of a thing. Like, was it money or chips?
That was
What's
money.
that?
Was it money?
Holy shit.
I said chips, and he goes, "What's that?"
Wait, so you threw 60 grand because you had a moment where you're like, "This is cleansing. This is like
it's just-
to the ocean. I committed."
The same way a drug addict would throw his drugs
Sure.
into the ocean.
Right.
How long after it left your hand did you regret it?
I regretted it pretty good.
See, I would have thrown the fucking dealer into the. That's how I would get over it.
I'm
Those
always surprised
stone-faced
that
idiots.
I'm surprised that people like dealers don't get
Killed.
killed.
Hey, so I was at the fight. I was at the Pacquiao.
Yeah.
And I almost made a bet.
Yeah.
I almost made a bet that it would go the distance in Mosley's favor. Almost.
Wow.
But I was a little bit afraid. Tell everybody what your bet was, Norm.
I bet Pacquiao to win. 25,000 to win 3,000.
Wait a minute. How is that possible? You put down $25,000.
Yeah.
Maybe lose 25,000 to win 3.
Yeah. But I won 3.
What? Was it that it would a knockout or what was the actual
No,
bet?
it was just that he would win. But I got scared because like I was so happy when Mosley went down, and then all of a sudden he got up. And then I was scared because, one punch can end it at any moment,
Yeah.
And no, that's the most money I ever put on a fight. And also, I don't know nothing about boxing.
What did you go by, the commercials or his karaoke singing or? How did you pick Pacquiao?
Well, usually I kind of went against my instincts on this one because usually I pick the bigger, blacker guy. But in this instance, I met him, Pacquiao, and he seemed unbeatable.
Yeah, he is.
Pound for pound.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the other guy weighed more pounds.
Now, have you ever lost? Have you ever been devastated and lost like a big bet?
I've lost everything I own 3 times.
Tapped out?
Yeah. That happened to me 3 times, but since I've gotten control of it since. But one time, man, actually after you lose everything, sometimes you kind of feel good. It's odd. But you feel like clean. You go, hey man, I feel all right, But
my car's gone, my house is gone. You know what? I'm all right. I'm cleansed. I don't have my watch anymore.
But one time I had nothing left, and I went up to my room, and I was like, I walked by the Coca-Cola machine. I love Coca-Cola, Yeah. So I said, I'm going to have a frosty Coca-Cola, But I only had 65 cents to my name, right? And it costs $1. So I hatch this plan. I'll go down to the nickel slots, and I'll make myself $1. So I go down there with my 65 cents. I'm putting in nickels, and it took an hour and a half, and I get up to 95 cents 8 times. And I never broke $1. And then later I think they would have given me a free drink.
Yeah, right. All you got to do is, cocktails. Yeah.
That's, by the way, how you know you're not good in gambling. When you have a gambling problem is when the guys start giving you things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because pit boss, when you first go, you're like, hey man, the pit boss just offered me some free meat. That's a nice fella. And then you realize he's only doing it because you're a sap. But man, I would go in, I'd bet so much money. At the end of the thing, the guy would be like, you want some meat? Anything to keep me in the casino. Hey, some beef. Hey, want to have sex with my wife? Anything.
Someone told me something amazing about you, that the movie Rounders, which is about underground gambling, was based on your life.
Oh, no.
Is that true? That they followed you around?
No one told
I didn't
you
say that.
I did. I got that information.
I know that guy who wrote it likes
Is
Norm.
that in my Wikipedia?
You know, Brian Koppelman likes you, the
And
writer
that
of
he
that.
followed Norm around, and Norm would go play poker at a lot of
In
these
the middle of
underground
the
couples
night,
in the
yeah.
middle of the night.
That's true.
And it's actually a documentary on Norm's life.
No, it's not.
It is.
But I would go to the same club where it was where they did rounders, and this was before rounders. Yeah.
Why would you play poker?
When I was a kid, I played backgammon. I was good at backgammon.
But why would you play poker at an underground club when you could go to, let's say, Vegas or Atlantic City and play poker? Why would you go underground? What is
Because
the
I was
appeal?
only a little kid. I was just a kid.
Oh, you were a kid.
And
Oh, I
one
thought
is,
you...
well, no, but one is 2 blocks away in Manhattan. You know,
Oh, I see.
Me and Norm went to a week. The second time I was on your show ever with Norm, we were in one of those clubs all night long.
Right.
And we came right from the club.
Did you get your clock cleaned? Did you lose a lot of money?
I lost all my money immediately, so I had to start. I had to start shooting pool. There was this all gambling going on. So I shot 8-ball until like 6:30 in the morning with a guy, and I lost $800 doing that.
Right.
And then Norm, I lost about $2,000 at the tables. Norm played poker, and then
Did Norm win?
We just
Hey,
made
one time a guy tried to hustle me at pool.
Are you good at pool?
Norm's
No.
good at pool.
No,
I mean, you're
no,
good.
not very good. But it was just we're just playing like bar pool, like we're drunk. We're all drunks. This was when I was young, you know.
But you play for a lot of money.
No. This is when I had no money.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm playing this fucking. Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, you're okay.
When I'm playing this fucking pool hall, and this big giant black guy. It doesn't matter what color he was.
Yeah. All right, but it helps the story. Giant black
Like
guy.
Forrest Whitaker in The Color of Money.
In The Color of Money, yeah. So he comes, no, but he's dressed like, he has all this stuff, and he has 2 girls with him, you know, and I'm all drunk. I'm like an idiot, you know, with my friends playing pool. So he goes, I'm next, you know, so he puts his, like, fucking 4 quarters down.
Yeah.
And so then he goes, here, let's play. So the guy, he has his own stick, you know.
Oh, boy, you're in for trouble.
Yeah.
Then.
So we're playing, and he's missing by only like a millimeter every time, you know. But I win, I beat him handily, but like he's the
Wow.
worst hustler of ever, right? So we play for $1. So then he goes, now we're playing. He goes, now we're playing for $100. Like it goes up to 100 from 1, and I just beat him every fucking. So I go, no, I'm not. What? I go, I'm not playing.
I'm taking my $4
I'm all
and going
drunk, you know. I go, I'm ahead $1. I was kind of an idiot.
Yeah.
I go, I'm ahead $1, you know. I'm not playing you anymore. Ah! And so the guy goes, he's all mad. So then another guy played, and then stupidly I gave my friend advice, and then the big giant guy hit me with the cue across my head.
Wow.
And I looked up, and the cue stick was right in my head, and he goes, I break people's bones for a living, motherfucker.
Why? Oh, whoa, you're kidding me.
Yeah, that was
He
my
sounds
story.
like Football Williams, that guy.
I was like that.
Oh. But
So
Norm,
that was my story about my
Norm,
pool hustling days.
you should keep that one to yourself, the pool hustling story. But Norm, shouldn't tell that on radio. Yeah. But Norm, I don't understand something. You go to these underground clubs and you play these cards, and it's a lot of money. You're talking about a couple of grand, right? You're talking about maybe
I lost
20,
A
30
couple of grand.
You're talking
Got
20.
160 million. It's like, you're talking about. It's like when
No, but-
Johnny Carson tried to be like, "What's a loaf of bread cost nowadays?" Is this crazy?
No, I'm saying I got news for you.
It's like $2,000. It's like $2,000.
I wouldn't gamble $100.
Yeah, but
You
he's not a gambler. I've seen
I
Howard
don't
get mad
understand
over
it.
$10.
I don't like to gamble. I find it insulting. That, in other words,
Yeah.
I find making money, you know, is a very, especially where I grew up, is a very hard thing for a lot of people, and it's a tough thing. And to just piss it away in a gambling situation,
My old man felt the same
offends
way.
me.
You
Yeah,
did.
And
my father would think that too.
right, but you play for big bucks, right? I mean,
No,
you're
I'm
20, 30
doing all
grand a
right.
clip,
I'm
right?
trying my best.
Well, you don't
on.
remember what happened with this place when we were there all
Yeah,
night.
tell the truth.
And we were there. I don't know what Norm played that night. He was playing all night. I lost 2,000 myself, you know.
Right.
But so we came here, and Norm accidentally said the name of the place.
Oh fuck!
Do you remember that, Norm?
Yes, because the guy did not care for that.
A guy called up. A guy called up and said, "Yeah, listen, Norm. Like later in the
forgot
afternoon, he
about
said, "Listen,
that.
we appreciate you coming here, but we don't have a fucking publicity department."
We're not looking for
They're
customers.
not looking for that.
Can I say the name of the place? It's not
The
there.
Mayfair.
No, don't say.
It's not there
The
anymore.
Mayfair. It's
They-
not there
they
anymore.
closed
No,
it.
it's a famous place now.
Yeah.
The Mayfair.
Yeah. Well,
But Norm, I think Howard's right in the sense that guy Koppelman, who wrote Rounders, he's a good guy. I know him too.
Yeah.
He likes you.
No, he
and
was there
sort
all
of
the
hung
time.
around.
Yeah, he played at the where.
But why couldn't it be his own story if he was there?
I might be involved. I knew a guy that was in the movie, Joey Bagels.
yeah. What I hear is that it was based on you.
Yeah.
Legitimately,
He would
yeah.
watch Norm while he played.
Is it true you're betting English Premier League soccer or some sort of weird?
I have bet soccer. That's not a lot of fun because
No, it doesn't sound
it's
like
90 minutes. You know,
Yeah.
20 minutes into it, you're down 1-0. You're in a lot of trouble.
it. Right.
The chance of them tying it up, let alone winning, they only have 70 minutes left.
So what other stuff did you wager on?
I wagered on.
Is that the weirdest? You bet on tennis?
Oh yeah, I bet tennis.
Golf? Obviously golf.
Yeah, I bet everything.
What do you do? What's your strategy for golf? A lot of the long shots?
I made a lot of money betting against Tiger when he was. They had a weird bet in Vegas for a while when Tiger was so dominant. It was anybody but Tiger.
Oh, I like that. And the
Yeah,
odds were always skewed because they
Yeah.
know that people always thought Tiger was going to win.
Right, so the odds would be you get him at 1-2 or something like that.
Yeah.
Because everybody would go into the sports book like tourists and go, "Hey, I can bet on Tiger plus that pays 2.5 to 1. That's
Yeah.
a good deal, you know."
That's what, you know how they also get the Red Sox and the Cubs fans that way.
Oh,
It's like
by
if
what they
Daniel goes
know.
to Vegas, he's got some family member or something saying, "Hey, when you're there, can you put 20 in the Red Sox for me?"
Yeah.
Those are the two teams that everybody does that for, so they jack the odds really low. And also the other
But how
thing
do they know which team is going to play?
Because they know
how do
the
they know
Red-
which team's going to show up.
their goal with the futures.
Oh, you mean not if they're playing each other, but
No,
if the Red
yeah,
Sox
the future,
play-
the World Series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, put 20 in.
Oh yeah, of course, the odds would be low. Yeah.
And the other team they do that with? The Lakers.
Right.
Because you get so much people driving in from Los Angeles to
Yeah.
Vegas, so they know they can skew the odds
Yeah, that makes
basically
sense.
toward the Lakers.
Hey, what about this? What if I always wondered this. You know, when you drive from Vegas from Los Angeles to Las Vegas,
Yeah, usually.
and then there's that thing where you hit the Vegas border,
Yeah.
and it's a casino, right? I don't know what that town's called, but as soon as you cross,
It's that town. It's like for
Casino.
people who have such bad gambling problems, they can't wait
They
to
can't
get
wait
to Las
to get to
Vegas.
Vegas.
I got to pull off now and bet. I can't.
but don't
take
you
it.
think it's happened where like a person has flown in from some former country, got to L.A., driven, seen that, figured it was Vegas,
Oh, and just spent like the weekend there.
yeah, and then came home.
Does it have a rock in the name? It's like something rock or rock
Yeah,
something.
it is
or
rock something.
Red Rock or.
Little Rock, Arkansas? Oh my God.
Explain to me.
Daniel's not exactly Watson over here.
What's the most you ever bet on a sporting event?
Oh my God. I don't know, probably 100,000 or something like that.
Wait, what game?
It was actually the worst beat of the century. It was pretty bad. The Mets, it was. I had the over, which I think was 7, and no, 6.5. I'm sorry, it was 6.5, and the game was tied 2-2, and I think Ventura was the batter.
Wait, the Grand Slam?
Yeah, the one run grand slam. You know that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was tragic. And I remember Costas at the time because it was just bedlam, and he goes, "I don't think those will count," you know. And I'm like, "Oh, Costas must have."
He had the under?
He must have. He was pretty happy about it.
But did you bet with Artie Lang when you would hang out with him?
Yeah. Artie and I bet a lot together. It was we enabled each other.
People often say that if you play a round of golf with somebody, you can find everything you need to know about a guy. If I said, could you find out that same amount of information as to how competitive, does he cheat, fun guy, does he have beers, smoke cigars? Could you have that same kind of feeling about a guy playing poker?
Well, not as much because, lying's part of the game and so forth. Golf, I completely agree with you.
You can
when
find
I play
out.
golf, I count every stroke, and it maddens me, when people don't.
What got you
I read a
interested
thing in Golf Digest once, actually. It was Jack Nicklaus,
Yeah.
Gerald Ford, and Jimmy, what's his name, Clinton were playing a round of golf, and it was really funny because Clinton, allegedly a scratch player, just cheated the whole time. And so, he'd be in the woods and everything, and he was one of these guys who'd get up on the green and then start counting after, give me a birdie, give me a bogey or whatever. And the other guys were just fuming about it,
I did not cheat.
I did not.
What was the biggest bet you ever made?
Oh, God almighty. I don't know. I one time, the most I lost in one night, because 3 times I've lost everything that I've ever had.
How do you do that? I mean, not morally, but I mean, like, how do you
physically do it?
Well, yeah. I mean, like, you make one more. Like, what is the process of that? What's the evolution?
It's funny because it's the only time I ever went to a psychiatrist, he said, I was like, because it was for gambling. I was like, how the fuck do I get out of this? And he's like, oh, you gamble to avoid life, and I'm like, but my thing was, well, isn't that why you do everything in life, is to fucking avoid it? You know what I mean? Like,
it's too painful.
Yeah. Like, why do you? So I said, but it's painful to think about, but because now it would be nice to have the money, but you just lose it by it's just like any escape, I guess. Because I was never a drug or alcohol guy, but like when I watch a game and I have a bunch of money on it, then I can understand what's going on. Nothing's ambivalent or anything about it,
And there's stakes.
There's stakes. You know exactly the rules.
Yeah.
You're completely involved, and you're completely escaped from your life.
Yeah.
Of the real.
Yeah.
The real fear. My biggest problem is ruminating about death. If I could get over that somehow.
And you do that regularly?
I read fucking books about it and shit.
So, like, you still haven't walked me through losing everything.
Well, how you do it? Physically?
Yeah, because you've got a house, you had a lot of money saved up, and then so you make one bet, and then you realize you're about to lose everything. Do you make phone calls to people saying, like, I just need a little more? I mean,
well, you kind of at the end of it, it's happening. I guess it's like I've never had substance abuse problems, but I guess it's like people that know they're going to hit bottom, and kind of want it.
Yeah.
Because it does it's exhausting.
Yeah.
To be obsessed with something.
Right.
So you are, I guess, trying to do it, trying to finish it off.
Right.
Finally. Because if you have $450,000 in the bank, whatever the fuck it was, and then you lose $400,000, you go, fuck it. I don't want to fucking have 50,000.
Right.
To remind me that I don't want money to remind me that I had more money.
So that's how you do it.
So that's how you do it.